should have
You
never
changed
made
what
that.
you said again.
Who changed?
You
what
did.
they
You
said?
just said now. You just said now. Men when they get in emotions, they respond aggressively. So do most men respond aggressively when they get emotional, or do most men not respond like Jay Pre? Now you just changed your answer too.
I don't believe I said that at all.
Earlier you said most men don't respond to women and communicate like Jay Prince does. Now you said that most men will respond aggressively if they feel when they get emotional. You just said that.
I'm okay. So thank you for correcting me because I'm using the wrong verbiage. Typically the way Jay Prince is expressing himself, that's what I've seen to be depicted as men. And
so now so true. So you're saying now most men communicate like Jay Prince does to women. That's what you're saying.
Most men don't. Most males do. That's I'm correcting because
you see. Come on, true. That's semantics, right? If someone heard this and you said males, wouldn't they think you're talking about men in general?
Well, that's why I'm trying to go ahead and clarify because I do believe there's a depiction.
I know what you mean, True.
You might be right because the way Naomi looks, I could understand why Mr. True is not holding her accountable. That could be one of the reasons. She looks good, so maybe he may be simping a little bit.
I know you do, Darwin.
What he's saying is
he don't need you to speak for himself. He a grown man. He was
I'm speaking to him.
You can't interrupt me and the person I'm talking to.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, True. Correct me if I'm wrong. What you're trying to say is that most men do not lash out or behave whenever they communicate with women the way Jay Prince do. But the narrative that's running across social media and being communicated is that we actually do when that's actually false.
Yes, I think that a lot of times, and a male, we get it. I'm saying that, in my opinion, when you classify yourself a man, there's a maturation, there's a behavior that's aligned with that. There is things that are aligned with that behavior, vernacular. And to Jay Prince's point, he said it felt better to communicate that way.
Somebody got to agree with not disagreeing. Like y'all keep changing y'all. And now he said, so most men, Bruiser, are they marriageable men now? They can communicate with women? No,
I think what True originally said, he was understood, but you made it like to where
he had to clear. He said, he admitted he said
confusing. I think even though Naomi understood it, that's why she kind of spoke on it. And I came in and I heard him say it again, and I understood it for the third time. It's like you are trying to pick an argument. You're trying to unpick. You're trying to twist.
It's a debate. It's a part of debating, right? So he's not just going to agree with you. You're going to have to give him some good points or make him come to your team with good points.
His words. He really.
You mean I'm being you on
one
shows?
Thing about let me get
don't do that on shows. Bruce does that on shows.
One thing about True Table.
You're not going to say that.
That's probably one. I never really give the dude his flowers, but True Table, you really
land now. You're gonna have to land.
Let me just land.
No, you're not.
You don't have an issue. You don't have an issue every time communicating.
You're not going to monologue.
I ain't never heard. You're
not going to monologue. You're not going to monologue.
I'm not monologuing. I'm just saying. True.
Okay, so stop real quick.
I'm giving you your flowers now.
So everybody that's
you probably betting 1,000 whenever you pick your time to say something. You make sure you think about it. And you don't confuse everybody when you say stuff. That's one guy I can say that don't do that. So
do I do that? So do I do that?
I didn't say. See.
No. Since you want to run interference for him now, do I do that? Am I the type of man that does that?
He's the matter at hand.
I'm asking you about me. I'm asking you about me. I'm not.
You're trying to make a case that he's contradicting himself.
Am I a contrarian? Do I purposely pick arguments with the brothers on here? Am I that type of person like that?
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, you purposely.
Okay, so give me an example.
You came here to pick an argument with me.
Okay, how did I pick an argument with you?
Well, whenever Jay Prince and Naomi was going back and forth. When you first started, you made it necessary to say that I was flipping my points or something. And
that you was flipping back.
So you picked the argument. Right? You indirectly picked the argument with me. You couldn't just address Naomi and Jay Prince or Naomi.
You still won't let me say nothing.
Well, you can't ask me a question.
Is it a
contradiction? And then try to speed up my answer.
So I won't even ask you because you have to keep
You don't
interrupting.
ask me a question if you won't let me answer.
Right.
You keep on interrupting them.
Actually, you interrupt and then you run away. You don't want to have a conversation. Okay, so Darwin, if you tell men most women don't want y'all, and then you're coaching men to get women to change their minds, is that a direct contradiction?
Yeah.
I never told men that most women don't want me. So what you're doing is you're
women
asking
say.
a leading question to give me an answer.
Hold on. And you're doing it again. So
you cannot ask me a question again. You cannot ask me a question.
You're not gonna respond.
When I get ready to respond, you try to cut my response short because it's not giving you the response.
So since you never said that, do women want most of these men?
No.
Do women want most of the men?
No.
Yeah. Do they want most men?
No.
Do they want most men?
No.
Most women want most men.
You ain't got to say it 3 times.
Yes.
Yo, that is in direct contradiction of everything you say on these panels when you say these women don't want
most
these men.
women.
And that's what I mean.
Be,
so I can't go get clips.
You're pigeonholing the.
No, most women have said they don't want most of these men. They're dusty, they're gay, they're sassy, they're broke, they're short, they live with their mamas. They use a lot of things, right? That's why most women reject most men. Find a woman. She has been up. I'm not saying she should say yes to every man, but if she's single, she has probably rejected all the good men that she could have taken, but she rejects them because she's hoping there's a better man.
Question in the context of the question down to a point.
How am I pigeonholing? So I can't go get clips of you telling men that most of these women don't want you. They want the top percent of men. They don't want majorities of men. That's what you're telling me?
Well, I will say this. If you're asking me, do most women in the market cleave to the top percentile?
I didn't say cleave.
Or do they go after, or they desire, do they want? Yes. I can agree that most women in the market are going to try to go for the best option. I can agree that. I've said that on the record, and I'll say it on today. Are you happy?
So you change your answer literally in the same sentence that you're talking about.
I'm saying it on the record. Most women do go for the top guys.
Hey, on the record, did he just change his answer
while
he's talking?
Did.
Why he said he didn't say that? Can anybody else witness? Can I have anyone to witness?
Here's the context you don't understand. So, even though most women go for the top guys, whenever they fail or don't succeed to get the top pick, they still will go and date around the rest of the climate.
Do they want
to do that?
So just because they date them and they get them chicks club doesn't mean they actually want to settle down with those guys. I've already said that if most women really wanted most men, because most men are average men, like most human beings are average people. The top percentile, that's a very small number of people, right? So if most women really wanted the average man, I'm not talking about broke, I'm not talking about homeless, average man, 40,000, 50,000. If most women wanted the average man, almost all average men in America would be married. And almost all women in America would be married as well. You know what I mean? So that's not true. What do you
still do that? If you look at the numbers, you don't have to take my word for it. If you look at the rate of marriage,
you see what he's doing, right? He's repackaging.
If you look at the average person who married the average woman and the average man actually get married.
The average woman don't like the man that she's with. The average woman doesn't like the man.
This ain't my opinion. This is based on facts. When the women don't actually get the top percentile of man, she typically goes and date parallel. She dates across when she don't. But it happens at a time. It often happens at a time.
What's that mean? Does she like him?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she likes him.
So when a woman has to date outside her type, she likes that guy?
No.
See, you're leading the question.
It's a simple question. Boogie. Now, obviously, I don't know what Miss Mariam really looks like, but let's say Miss Mariam is a 10. Okay, I would love to get a woman who's a 10. But if I can't get her and I get a woman who's a 5, guess what? I'm going to be thinking about the 10 that I wanted, even if I couldn't get her, right? That's why some guys still get married to women and they still have OnlyFans and they still, go pay hookers and shit like that. I can agree to that. And I'm a man and I'm talking about men. So, of course, if a woman wants a man who's 6 feet tall, she has been chasing down a man who's 6 feet tall, a man who's rich, but she couldn't get him. Now she's 45 and she settles with Boogie. You think she's gonna like me the same way she would have liked me if I was tall and rich? Hell no. She's just here because, Boogie's here. He's a nice guy. I might as well, so I don't stay single. He's gonna help me pay 60% of the bills. I wish he could pay 100% of the bills, but he can only do 60. So I mean, let me just do it.
You're
that a leading question? How's that a leading question?
I'm saying she preferred the top.
Does she?
The average, just because she preferred the top 10% doesn't mean that the 80 percentile isn't her type.
Not her type.
I'm willing to argue.
Hold on.
I'm willing to make the claim
let's
that.
not speak for.
Hold on, let me finish. Because you keep asking me question after question, and you're not letting me articulate context. Because context is important. Because what you can do is you can twist my words when they're oversimplified.
No, you twisting your own words.
So
I ain't gotta twist your words.
Well, let me finish then.
I will, but you go twist your words.
I will make the argument that the woman's type can be within the 80 to 70 percentile.
Yeah, but she don't know
go after a guy that's not necessarily her type. It's in the top 10 percentile of earning potential.
What?
That's a fact.
What is that? What did you just say? Yo, y'all know what he just said.
Is anybody on the panel listening? If nobody else was listening to me, it doesn't make any sense. Because if you're not listening to me and nobody else is listening to me,
you just been flip flopping all over.
Because I'm speaking at a level of intellect that when you have to actually take the time to listen. But what y'all are doing is y'all are mentally loading up questions.
Does it change? Now Bruce is doing the same stuff that I'm doing.
Understand what I'm saying? What's that?
I'm asking you loaded questions. Is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
By asking you to be consistent without you twisting up
accident when you frame. Anytime you say, "Hey, okay," if she's not going after the guy that's not her type, when you frame it as not her type instead of just the average man, you're loading the question.
No, he's not.
Because now I gotta answer with the ingredients that she's going after a guy that's not her type. And I may not.
I mean, Bruiser. I've never seen Bruiser lose a debate or argument so bad. I don't know, for this time around, he was off. I'm gonna be honest. And I like his argument sometimes, but this time around, whether he's calling men out, whether he's calling women out, I like his arguments. But this time around, he was flip-flopping, crazy.